it's Patty from the studio. I decided to do a quick little video to share some of the technique I've been teaching at Michael's for Christmas ornaments, holiday ornaments. Really all that you would need is some mixed media paper. I like the Canson brand. It's 90 or 98 pound paperweight, and I find it works the best. And they're available anywhere, Michael's, Amazon. A texturing tool from the hardware store. We're going to start with just 4 paints: a metallic blue, a neutral like a buttermilk, navy blue, and a green. These are all basic acrylic paints. This is Craft Smart. I believe it's the Michael's brand. You can get that usually for between 79 cents, $1.29. Same with the Deco Art Americana. I like the light buttermilk. I find sometimes white is too harsh. The navy blue is at Craft Smart, satin, no metallic. And then the golden fluid. I love the green gold color. I love the consistency of it. It's considered more of an artist paint, so it runs a little higher at the store, but it's worth the investment, even if you just get a couple of colors to start with. I love this acrylic rod. I use it in my dot painting, and you could also use a pencil eraser. It's for texturing. This is also for making marks. Just kind of, it's a paint dauber, and they're really inexpensive, and they come in a bag of, I think, 3 different types. Then you would also need these wood ornaments I picked up at Michael's. Lightweight, laser cut, $2 each for the larger sizes, and I liked the year one. I always like to try and do a year ornament, and I just thought this kind of ornament reindeer was adorable. They have smaller versions, and they come in bags of 6. They're usually $3.99. And again, Michael's is always really good with their coupons. Then you also need a gel press. A gel press is what you use for monoprinting. It's a gelatin-like mineral oil plate that holds the memory of your colors, of shapes, and there are a lot of different brands and sizes. My favorite is the gel press, and I like the 5x7. Sometimes from a space perspective, it makes it a little easier. And again, Michael's doesn't have this brand. They carry a different brand. I get this mostly either at the website or on Amazon. And they have huge sizes. They have mini ones. They have round ones. And I've used a lot of different. I like this brand, gel press. And this is what a gel press looks like when you love it and use it a lot. I really don't clean it, obviously, because once all these little bits dry and you put new wet paint, you pick up some really interesting textures. And the thing that I like about monoprinting is the building up of layers, and mono being obviously one, as opposed to screen printing where you can pull multiples of the same design or wording. This is really a one-off. So if you ever want me to do like a basic tutorial on kind of how you start out with this, comment below. I'd love to know what you guys would like to see from me. I'm kind of new starting this journey. So to start with, we're going to be printing colors on these 2 ornaments. And we start out, I just made a couple of what you call pulls in very basic colors, neutrals, but you can see here where my old paint, I just put the buttermilk color on, and it picked up some of that red from earlier work. And that picked up a lot, obviously, with the green gold, and you know, I kind of like it. And I could also do a video on what I actually do with all my papers. So again, just reach out, let me know, subscribe, like, all that fun stuff. So we're going to continue to what we call build layers. So now I'm going to take a little bit of the navy blue, and I'm going to just kind of do a little random. You don't need a lot of paint, which is really nice for the value paints. It all goes really far. I'm going to do a little of the buttermilk. Whoops, don't want that. Just a little. And I think just a touch of the metallic. Metallic paint sometimes comes out a little watery, so just, you know, you don't want to wear your Sunday best when you're doing these type of projects. This is another tool that you will need. It's called a brayer, and you want a hard rubber brayer. Don't get like a foam brush like you would use for regular painting. A hard brayer is really your paintbrush for this type of project. And keep a paper off to the side because you're going to roll off the color, and you'd be surprised what that piece of paper ends up looking like. Sometimes some of my favorite pieces have been my brayer roll off. So again, just with these three colors, and you'll get a feel for the pressure and how, you know, you move your wrist, how much paint is too much, how much is too little. This might be a little too much. And that's going to get nice and juicy wet. Don't leave your brayer on too long because it'll stick. Trust me, I've learned that. So I'm going to just take this kind of cream with a little red and pull the paint up and just see what kind of interesting layer it gets. See? Kind of pretty. The other one was like, blah, but I like the three colors. So there's still quite a bit of paint left on the plate. So we're going to pull another piece of paper, and the second pull is called a ghost pull because it's reminiscent of what you just pulled, but it's going to be much lighter, more grungy. You're kind of cleaning up the plate. And again, just kind of even pressure. And personally, I find this just so relaxing. And I end up with it all over myself like a kindergartner. So again, you're just constantly adding layers. And these you can use for so many things, and I'll save that for maybe another video. So now I'm going to start thinking about painting for the 2019 ornament. So I really like I said, I like this gold, green gold, and we're going to do what we call deliberate painting before I mixed it all together. And again, it doesn't matter what I have on this brayer, I just keep going. But deliberate painting is you're placing the paint a little bit more with reason or a goal, and it gets messy, but the tile is great to clean up. So I'm going to do a little bit of the green gold, then I think the metallic, the sapphire metallic, blue kind of in the middle. Come on. Yeah, the metallic has a whole different mind of its own. So just kind of, you know, where I want it. You don't want to leave too many little gaps. Sometimes the humidity or lack thereof, it affects it. So in order to create a little bit of texture, I'm going to use the paint dauber. And all you need to do is just push and lift. It almost looks like floral, randomly in a pattern, whatever you feel comfortable with. I like making sure I do a little bit like this one, that it's not fully on the plate. I think it adds more interest. Kind of get some of that paint off. Again, just push, lift, push, lift. A couple more. So we're going to do this on a piece of paper before the ornament, just to see if we like it. So I'm going to try this plain green gold and just add a little punch. Ooh, I kind of like that. And it actually pulled up a lot of paint, so I'm going to reapply a little bit more, kind of in the same colors I used, because I kind of think that's pretty. It's not necessarily the most traditional holiday colors, but anything goes for the holidays. And there's a dog outside wanting to join in the fun. I apologize if he's disrupting. So just a little bit of the blue. And then just a scooch maybe of the dark blue down at the bottom, a little too much. Yeah, see, that's like overpowering, so I want to try and, may need a new brayer sheet soon. You can also use wax paper as your clean off, which is leads to some interesting results too. So for this texture, we're going to use this, I think it's a paint pattern maker. I got it in the hardware store for very little money. Nice heavy rubber, because the monoplate you cannot use anything sharp, because of its consistency it'll puncture it. So you can use anything to make marks as long as it's not sharp, and you can print on anything, any type of paper, tissue paper, gift wrap paper, the brown rolls of paper. I've printed on deli sheets, which is an amazing paper. I got some old onion skin typewriting paper from my mother, and in addition to the textures of the paint, the textures of the papers are really cool for collaging and a million different things. So we're just gonna make a little design, and let's just see how this comes out. Now, the thing about monoprinting, if this doesn't work, if it's a fail, you can always paint over it again. You can just keep going until you're happy. So I'm just gonna lay it down there, kind of push it in to hopefully pick up as much paint as possible. And I just love the laser cut of these ornaments. I just think it's really pretty. And with a coupon at Michael's or any of the craft stores have similar things. These are great for gifts, for package toppers, for fundraisers at schools. You know, the paints are inexpensive, the jelly plate's an investment, but you keep that. You know, I just think it's a fun activity. Oh, the reveal. All right. So I kind of like it. Even though it missed some paint, it almost looks like green candy cane to me. I'm not mad at this. Kind of like it. So we'll set her off to the side to dry. They dry very quickly because the paint's really not that extensive. So let's just take this kind of grungy one, and we're going to pick up hopefully all the paint that's left on the gel plate. And again, if you feel, if you are using copy paper, which I use a lot to practice, you'll feel it getting almost too wet, and that's when you pull it off. But see, it's kind of cool. Batik almost. Artists out there might be like, yeah, it's not batik, but I kind of think it is. And just to see a little bit more on this blue, see how much more we can get up off the plate. And if you're a neater person than I am and you don't like all the paint on the plate, baby wipes work really well. So again, I kind of like the texture. And there's just some great artists out there that use these, what they call jelly prints, with amazing effect. So I think for the reindeer, I'm going to do a little of the buttermilk and the navy, just 2 colors. But as I said previously, it's going to pick up some of the green, it's going to pick up some of the red from probably 2 days ago. And you know, as you see, my tile gets dirty, but it's easy to clean. And I don't know, I kind of like it. I have a lot of paint probably still stuck on this, so we're going to get some green mixed in, but it should be primarily blue and white. Okay, and it's, I think my brayer needs some WD-40. It's a little squeaky. And again, this sheet's getting close to being done. So this acrylic tube I use for dot painting. You can use pencil eraser, but I like this. So again, I'm just going to kind of randomly pick up paint to give it some depth, hopefully. And you have a little time to work with the paint. It doesn't dry immediately, but it's not like you can leave it and go do a little laundry or something. But even see when I'm adding the dots to my clean off sheet, it's another interesting look. It's a little too wet, and you're going to definitely have some green that may come up, but I think that might be okay. And again, I like to do some off the plate. Do as little, as much. And I think for this one, I'm not going to do paper. I'm just going to go be crazy and go right to the ornament. Wish me luck. So, kind of like, you kind of see where things are positioned. And I like that little bunch of white, maybe by the snowflake. So I'm going to put it down like that. You can even change out the twine hanger that it comes with a ribbon. You could use these on top of place card holders. And now's the time, I'm telling you, the stores are ready for the holidays. I don't know, I'm out west currently, so I don't know if it's because the weather's warmer and they're accelerating everything, but I feel like I'm still eating Halloween candy. Could be just me. Okay, so I feel like we got some good adhesion. Dun, 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 dun. Whoops, come back. See, I think that's really cute. I like that. It's a little subtle. I also sometimes have added glitter. And if you see, let's say, where it didn't really pick up at all, it's not even white, take any little brush that you might have, a toothpick, and you can pick up paint from the plate and dot it, fill it in yourself for spots you might have missed. Okay. And as I said, sometimes for the holidays when it's wet, I add some glitter, clear glitter. And I think that'll do-ish. And in very little time, you have another nice little ornament. And it's a nice difference color-wise, using the same paints and same process. You get two totally different looks. So we still have quite a bit of paint left on here. So I think I'm going to use a clean sheet. All over, paint everywhere. And this is a perforated pad. And sometimes I leave the perforation on while I'm printing or painting because it makes a nice border for collaging. And as you can see, the paper is a little bit bigger than the plate. So I think this one might be nice. I feel good about this one, so we'll see. Fun, 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 fun. So as I was saying, the paper is bigger than the plate. So you have a lot of white, which you can either just cut around, or I try not to waste, so I might go around where the edges didn't get paint and add some to pick it up. And you could leave this paint to dry and you're going to get some nice stuff when you go back to do more the next time, even totally different colors. The only thing you can't do is make mud. So if you think back to your color wheels of 7th grade, to avoid making mud. I think that's pretty much all the paint I'm going to get off that one. So we have 2 ornaments. I have a lot of, I think, cool pieces to work with in various things. And these 2 ornaments. And even if you use different larger paper for wrapping paper, and you put this as a nice embellishment on your package, it's just got a lot of possibilities. Sorry, probably totally out of camera. Because I love particularly the date one for maybe new married couples, new engaged couples, first Christmas in a house ornament. And again, for $2, and 2, 4, 6, that's probably 7, 13, you can keep going. These last a long time. And the tools you can pick up as you go at the hardware store, Amazon, craft stores, and I think it's a really relaxing craft that you don't have to be art trained. God knows I'm not. And I think it's just a lot of fun and great, so many possibilities. So if you want to learn more, let me know. If you want to see more videos, I'd love to hear from you and see what you think. So thumbs up. So far, so good. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.